For Aries, courage today does not make noise. It simply decides. The sky wants proof, not fantasy. A reply must be chosen now, has to produce a choice you can actually see. Venus activates the nearby field of words, exchanges, and environment. So desire, value, and boundaries all demand a clearer shape. It is an operational tension, almost ordinary, which is exactly why it is dangerous. You postpone it, and meanwhile the tone is steering you. As long as you keep watching, the reply feels bigger. The moment you choose the first step, it loses power. For Aries, winning does not mean moving first. It means not letting impulse buy you off. The stake is using pressure to choose, not to build a more polished version of delay. If you do not touch the necessary move today, tomorrow may cost you more energy for the same decision. Move. Choose the gesture that reduces the noise, and do it without opening 3 explanations. Keep it close. The useful move today does not wait for applause. Taurus. The uncomfortable truth is not here to hurt you. It is here because the alibi has worn out. Put it all in one room. A point that refuses to stay silent. The answer you keep avoiding. And the piece that wants a form. With Pluto under pressure, the career role public direction axis shows where unspoken power is already choosing for you. It is the kind of truth that makes no noise on the outside, but changes the weight of the room the second you stop dodging it. The shadow does not want to dominate the day. It wants to stop operating under the table, while a point that refuses to stay silent stays unnamed. The stake is not letting an old defense take the place of a present choice. The part of you that controls everything can win the scene and lose the truth. Move. Before you defend yourself, ask what you are really protecting. Send it to the person who needs to call a thing by its name today.
Gemini, today you do not need to win the day. You need to get back a piece of your breathing room.
The echo of the day says one thing clearly. A physical margin that has to be defended does not disappear just because you make it sound elegant. Uranus destabilizes the identity-body presence axis just enough to show where you have been obeying an old shape. This is the moment when the body or the heart stops whispering and starts asking for a gentle but concrete decision. Useful calm does not numb you. It restores a physical margin that has to be defended into a shape you can actually sustain. The stake is not wasting good energy to keep an outdated form alive. For Gemini, the day improves when understanding turns into a readable decision. If you keep forcing the rhythm, the price may arrive as the wrong tone, an impulsive reply, or fatigue driving everything. Move. Protect an hour, a threshold, or a slower response. Today, recovery has to be organized, not hoped for. Use it to remove one demand, not to add another test. Cancer. If a number bothers you, it is not a detail. It is the signal. The sun is activating resources, money, and value, so the choice cannot stay automatic. It is that number mentioned halfway, the estimate left vague, the bill that looks small until it becomes yours. Saying fine feels elegant. The problem is that later, you are the one paying. The bill does not arrive shouting. It arrives when you pay to avoid a conversation. For Cancer, protecting everyone can look like love, until nobody notices that you stayed outside the room. If the other side avoids the number already exists. It is just sitting on the wrong side of the table. Are you asking for clarity or paying not to seem difficult? Reread the number, the promise, and the real cost. Confirm only what stays clean. Then confirm. But first, you need to see the number, the promise, and the cost without fog. Move. Check the figure, name the missing piece, and do not approve anything vague. Come back in a few hours. The number will have a clearer edge.
Leo. Today the shadow does not perform. It hides inside the sentence you keep repeating to yourself. The line in the sand is simple. You are no longer letting a comfortable version that no longer holds make the choices while you pretend to decide. With the sun on the identity-body presence axis, the scene is fully visible. You can no longer treat it like background noise. It is a truth that makes no noise outside, but changes the weight of the room the second you stop avoiding it. The more you dress distance up as something noble, the more that comfortable version proves the real point is still steering you. If you do not name the fear, it will still find a way to right the day. For Leo, the center is not defended by making a scene, but by choosing cleanly. The risk is saving face and leaving untouched the very thing guiding you from underneath. Move. Name the real reason before you choose the easiest strategy. Write it down before you make peace with an excuse that is costing you too much in style.
Virgo, do not miss a small but not random opening. It looks minor, but it can move the day. First image, a small but not random opening enters the scene without asking permission, and the rest of the day has to react. Jupiter is giving volume to rest, closures, and inner preparation. If you do not choose a direction, the opening turns into noise. If you wait for a guarantee, the real opening becomes noise. If you act with measure, it becomes direction. It is the kind of opening that seems almost too small to change the day until you miss it. For Virgo, real precision does not avoid choice, it sharpens it. If you stay too composed, the useful moment can pass and leave you with an elegant version of regret. If you let the signal fade, you lose not only a chance, but also trust in your ability to recognize one. Move. Treat the opening like something alive. Make room for it now, not just theoretical attention. Re-listen when the gap looks too small to matter. Libra. Today, the opening does not shout. It comes through a path that widens slowly. This is the moment when something opens, but only if you stop waiting for a guarantee. Do not widen the scene too much. One person, one sentence, one gesture, and a path that opens slowly becomes readable. Jupiter brings breathing room into the field of networks, friendships, and future projects. Used well, it grows a choice, not just a bigger illusion. If you keep watching too long, the real possibility can lose weight, not because it was false, but because you never chose its moment. For Libra, balance today is not born by avoiding friction, but by giving the point a proper shape. The stake is whether you truly want the movement you say you want, or only the comfort of imagining it. The cost is not choosing the wrong road. It is standing still while the useful passage turns into a missed habit. Move. Treat the opening like something alive. Make room for it now, not just theoretical attention. Save it if you know your real risk today is seeing the opening and not using it. Scorpio. Today, value is decided in a sentence you cannot leave vague. The signal does not shout. You see it in the way a negotiation that needs clear edges changes your posture, tone, or pace. Venus is not only softening things. In the field of intimacy, shared resources, and transformation, it shows what you want and what you must not give away. It is a practical scene that can look technical, but it is really measuring your ability to give value a shape. What is not said about value never stays neutral. It becomes margin surrendered, time given away, a price decided by someone else. For Scorpio, the strength is not confusing control with truth. If the cost stays implied, the day will often choose the easiest price for everyone else, not for you. The risk is leading the scene without conflict, and returning tomorrow with less margin, less time, and less position. Move. Ask for the missing detail before the yes turns into a tax. Save it before you pay for a piece nobody asked you to buy. Sagittarius. There is a narrow window for Sagittarius. If you wait too long, it turns into noise. This is not theory. A small but real door touches the way you protect time, desire, boundaries, or dignity. Jupiter makes the vision, travel, study axis more generous, but also riskier if you confuse faith with dispersion. It is a passage on tiptoe, one that rewards the person who doesn't confuse caution with sleep. For Sagittarius, useful movement begins when you stop calling everything a limit just because it asks for precision. The day does not throw everything open. It leaves enough space for a small but real door to enter the choice. The stake is not arriving tomorrow with the feeling that you saw the right point and showed up too late. The cost is small but real.
losing the useful moment while you ask life to be more obvious. Move. If the signal is there, put it on the calendar, in a message, or into action. Do not leave it as an impression. Send it to whoever risks missing the right opening for the sake of one more guarantee. Capricorn. Today, love does not reward the performance. It rewards the true sentence. The scene has two thresholds. One protects comfort, the other protects what really matters. Venus is touching the work method health area, so attraction, measure, and dignity all end up in the same scene. It is a romantic tension that can open real presence or make you buy peace with too much of yourself. It is not enough for a reaction that reveals the relationship to make you feel alive. It also has to leave you clearer, not more dependent on someone else's response. If you confuse intensity with truth, you may get closeness quickly and clarity too late. For Capricorn, carrying everything is not enough if a reaction that reveals the relationship takes control. If you chase confirmation, the heart may feel alive while the choice gets poorer. Move. Notice what lights you up. Then choose the gesture that does not push you out of yourself. Save it before you call something love, when it is only a reaction asking for confirmation. Aquarius. The love signal today is not sweet. It is precise and maybe uncomfortable. Today you need a simple line. What gets in, what stays out, what you no longer want to carry. Venus brings magnetism into the desire, creativity, pleasure field. But the sky asks you to separate true desire from the need for confirmation. It is an emotional moment that looks small, but it is really measuring how you protect yourself while you want. Here, the heart is not looking for a fairy tale. It is asking whether a hunger for contact that wants clarity can hold up under an honest sentence. If you confuse intensity with truth, you may get closeness quickly and clarity too late. For Aquarius, the risk is staying bright on the surface and absent at the exact gesture that would change the tone. If that hunger moves you but doesn't protect you, the bill can arrive as confusion, dependence, or surrendered dignity. Move. Ask one direct question and see whether the answer stays present. Come back before you give an intense answer to something that has not yet proven its measure. Pisces. The breakthrough does not come when everything is clear. It comes when you stop circling it. The real pressure does not come from the whole day, but from a backlog that needs to be unlocked. Small on the outside, central inside. Jupiter opens space in the work method health area, but it asks for measure. The useful opening must not be confused with escape. This is the moment when you understand that the problem no longer needs better analysis, but a gesture that reduces it. The block loses power when you stop respecting it as if it were caution, and start treating it as choice. If you move the right piece, you do not solve everything. You do remove delay from its favorite seat. For Pisces, feeling everything is power, only if a backlog that needs to be unlocked does not stay in the fog. If you do not touch that block today, tomorrow may cost you more energy for the same decision. Move. Do the thing that lowers noise and ambiguity now, even if it does not make you look perfect. Mark it down before you choose the elegant version of stalling again.